Oh boy. First two episodes of Acolyte are out, and to put it bluntly, the show is mediocre at best. At least for now. Obviously, we have a whole season to watch, but let's get into my first thoughts and overall issues. So I really tried. I wanted to have a fun, engaging, well thought out Star Wars show. Something with emotion and interesting characters. Something like what we got from The Mandalorian. But that's not the case with The Acolyte. Now, I don't subscribe to the whole woke, anti-woke, tribalism that's dividing everybody, so I really could care less when it comes to that whole narrative as to why it's bad or why we should praise it. I really just want a well-made and well-written show in a galaxy far, far away. That's all. But that's asking too much because, wow, is this bad? Again, at least for the moment, considering we have only seen 2 episodes. However, that's what we've seen, and that's what I'm going to critique. My overall first impression of this show is that it sits somewhere between just being plain bad and being mediocre. The characters are dull, unrelatable, and have the personality equivalent of plain toast. Not one character feels inspired or unique. And the one possibility they have at something truly interesting, that being Osha and May, ends up being so anticlimactic when the two finally see each other. Imagine if they would have just made Osha a full-blown Jedi. All of a sudden a Jedi Master is killed by her twin sister. Osha, who is a Jedi in this alternate story, along with some other Jedi, respond to the murder, only for the tavern owner to say that she looks exactly like the killer. Then we have her uncover the mystery. Who is she? What has our old Jedi Master lied to her about? The story unfolds from there. Instead, we have a Jedi Master tracking down his ex-Padawan for the murder of another Jedi Master. Turns out she had a twin sister, and she didn't die like he believed, or lied about, because he and the Jedi that are being targeted are all responsible for the death and destruction of the village where Osha and May come from. At least I suspect. The story seems kind of obvious. They legit had one Jedi unalive himself because he felt so guilty, which I am entirely not okay with. A Jedi would never do that, and writing a Jedi to commit such an act shows just how little understanding you have of who they really are. Not to mention the fact that all these Jedi Masters supposedly conspired to steal a child for training, leaving her family and sister to die. Again, this would never happen in real Star Wars. Why are we making the Jedi bad? They are not the bad guys. They are flawed, yes, but they are not bad. Period. But for the sake of my rising blood pressure, I should move on. The settings that we have seen in these first 2 episodes look good overall. You get that classic Star Wars atmosphere with the different aliens and peoples. Coruscant Jedi Temple looks crisp, almost newer. The Jedi, however, I get the whole High Republic aesthetic. It's all light and bright and hopeful. The Jedi are a beacon of good to the people of the Republic, for light and life, as they say. And maybe it was just the fact that all I saw was art and comic books of how these Jedi appeared. But damn, they do not look good in live action. Something is so perfect about the simple dark brown cloak with tan Jedi robes. It tells you everything you need to know about the Jedi. They do not care about a flashy appearance or any type of materialism. They are a simple, monk-like order of knights that protect the galaxy. They aren't switching between temple ceremonial robes to mission robes. They just wear their robes wherever they go. Something about the High Republic Jedi just gives me that uncanny valley feeling. Also, what's up with the beefy lightsabers? Why are the hilts so thick? Looks like you're holding a Chipotle burrito. Not the current Chipotle burritos, mind you, the old school Chipotle that they could barely wrap up. Yeah, clunky lightsabers. They definitely aren't doing it for me. I love how elegant the original and prequel lightsabers look. So very perfect. Another mind-bending aspect of this show so far is how dumb the Jedi are. They genuinely seem like they've never handled a serious investigation before. Look at my guy pulling surveillance, standing on a balcony with massive scopes. Also, why are the Jedi working as if they are a police or security force? That's not how the Jedi operate. Yet more examples of the writer's lack of understanding of who the Jedi are. Finally, my biggest gripe is with the Acolyte and this mysterious Sith. And yes, they are a Sith. Leslie Headland confirmed she was interested in telling the story of an Acolyte training to be the apprentice of the Sith apprentice for when that apprentice overthrows their master. First off, that monologue at the end of episode 1 was about as lame as it gets. Not only is it not menacing at all, it flat out makes zero sense. The Jedi live in a dream that they believe everyone shares. Yeah, no, they don't. They don't force their beliefs on anyone. The one dream they share with others is that of justice and the Republic. Now, you could argue people don't like or believe in the Republic. Separatists have always existed throughout Star Wars, but that's not what he's implying. He then says that you cannot attack a Jedi with weapons, that of steel or laser, because that is no threat to the Jedi. turns out a knife to the chest isn't a threat and didn't kill the Jedi Master in the beginning of the episode. Oh wait, it did! So apparently it is a threat, but an Acolyte kills without a weapon, so it doesn't count. Kill without a weapon to be worthy. And let's bring it all the way back to the beginning. To be an Acolyte and a Sith, you must kill the dream. That being the Jedi dream. Yeah, cool monologue, dude. Was this scene supposed to be menacing? Are we supposed to be excited to see this guy? I honestly could not be more unimpressed. But maybe that's because I've read the absolute best Master and Apprentice books about Sith, those being Plagueis and the Darth Bane trilogy. Stories that establish how brilliant and truly cunning the Sith are. From what I got from this guy, and from whatever weird relationship this is, I don't feel any suspense or threat. First of all, a true Acolyte would never leave survivors, and they would also never have contacts that knew their true identity. Unless this guy is somehow the guy in the mask, in which case, wow, what a shock twist. I think I would find it kind of funny if you were. Who's behind the mask? Oh, it's the guy that made a poison to kill a Jedi Master after figuring out their weaknesses. He also quotes the Sith Code, and knows who the Acolyte is. It's also crazy that the Jedi are just okay with letting him go after he made a poison, admitted to making it, and then ask if she was successful in the killing of a Jedi. Like, the dude clearly doesn't care about Jedi and is an accomplice to murder, and they just let him go. Alright, I need to wrap this up. Let me type out a few quotes from my wife who watched the show with me. This is probably their worst show yet. That was bad. The writing doesn't make any sense. And my personal favorite, seems like they are just diluting the brand nowadays. Now, I have only seen the first 2 episodes, but considering how I feel, this is gonna be a rough one. I'll give it a full watch to be fair, but man, it ain't gonna be easy. To recap my review of the first 2 episodes, The Acolyte has so far been complete and utterly underwhelming. From a mediocre plot, uninspired writing, clumsy pacing, and the character equivalents of a 2x4, The Acolyte is bound to be yet another unimpressive Disney Plus series. That's all. Have an amazing day, and may the Force be with you.